What if I told you there's a man so rich he could fund an entire country's economy without breaking a sweat? He's not just a billionaire, he's part of a royal family worth over $1 trillion. But what's truly fascinating is how he uses that power not just to buy yachts and palaces, but to reshape the future of an entire nation. Sound intriguing? That's just the beginning. Let's uncover the untold truths about Mohammed bin Salman, the world's richest man. 1. Unparalleled wealth and power. It's hard to grasp what $1.4 trillion looks like. To put it into perspective, it's more than the GDP of Australia or Spain. That's the combined worth of the House of Saud, the royal family to which Mohammed bin Salman, or MBS as he's known, belongs. As the crown prince, he doesn't just inherit this wealth, he controls a significant chunk of it. Much of this fortune stems from Saudi Aramco, the world's most valuable company. It's not just an oil company, it's the lifeline of Saudi Arabia and a cornerstone of the global energy market. In 2019, Aramco went public, raising $29.4 billion, the largest IPO in history. MBS wasn't just a bystander, he orchestrated this historic move to fuel his ambitious plans for Saudi Arabia's future. But wealth isn't just numbers on a balance sheet. It's yachts, paintings, and palaces, and MBS knows how to spend. He made headlines with his $450 million purchase of Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, the most expensive painting ever sold. Then there's the $500 million Serene yacht, a floating palace with every luxury imaginable, including a submarine. Not to be outdone, he also owns the Chateau Louis XIV, a $300 million French estate complete with a moat and fountains. This isn't just wealth, it's a lifestyle of unimaginable luxury. 2. Visionary leadership and reforms. MBS doesn't just want to enjoy his wealth, he wants to leave a legacy. That's where Vision 2030 comes in. This ambitious blueprint aims to transform Saudi Arabia into a global hub for tourism, technology, and entertainment. It's a bold departure from the nation's reliance on oil. One of the most talked about projects under Vision 2030 is NEOM. Picture a city so advanced it sounds like science fiction. Flying taxis, AI-driven systems, and even an artificial moon are just a few of the planned features. This $500 billion megacity is being built in the desert, stretching across borders into Jordan and Egypt. MBS envisions NEOM as a symbol of Saudi Arabia's future, a futuristic hub that attracts innovators, investors, and dreamers from around the world. But his reforms don't stop at infrastructure. For decades, Saudi Arabia was one of the most conservative countries in the world. Women weren't allowed to drive, and public entertainment was virtually non-existent. MBS has changed all that. Women can now drive, cinemas and concerts are thriving, and events like the Formula E race and Riyadh season are drawing millions of visitors. Why is he doing this? The answer lies in the demographics. About 70% of Saudis are under the age of 35. MBS knows that to secure the future, he needs to give the younger generation hope, opportunity, and a reason to stay. These reforms are about more than modernization, they're about survival. 3. A complex and controversial figure. No leader rises to power without controversy, and MBS is no exception. In 2017, he launched what was officially called an anti-corruption campaign. But this wasn't a typical investigation. Over 300 of Saudi Arabia's wealthiest and most influential figures, including members of the royal family, were detained at the Ritz-Carlton in Riyadh. It wasn't exactly a jail, but make no mistake, this was a power play. Critics called it a purge, accusing MBS of consolidating power under the guise of fighting corruption. Supporters, however, saw it as a necessary step to clean up the country's elite and push forward his reforms. Either way, the move cemented MBS's position as the most powerful figure in Saudi Arabia. Then there's the issue of human rights. The killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi in 2018 shocked the world and brought intense scrutiny on MBS. While he denied direct involvement, many believe the operation couldn't have happened without his approval. The incident sparked global outrage and cast a shadow over his leadership. But here's the thing. MBS doesn't back down. Whether it's silencing critics or making bold moves, he's unapologetically focused on his goals. Some see him as a reformer breaking barriers. Others see him as a ruler willing to go to extreme lengths to hold on to power. The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. Fourth, global influence and diplomatic relations. MBS isn't just a national leader, he's a global player. As the head of the world's largest oil exporter, his decisions ripple across the planet. When OPEC adjusts its oil production, it's not just Saudi Arabia that feels the impact, it's every country that relies on energy. MBS plays this role with precision, using oil as both a resource and a tool of diplomacy. But his influence goes beyond oil. He's building relationships with major powers in ways that are as strategic as they are bold. On one hand, he maintains strong ties with the United States, Saudi Arabia's long-standing ally. On the other, he's forging new partnerships with countries like China and Russia. This balancing act isn't just about politics, it's about securing Saudi Arabia's place in a changing world. And then there's his focus on technology. Under MBS, Saudi Arabia has invested billions in companies like Uber, Lucid Motors, and SoftBank's Vision Fund. He's betting big on innovation, positioning Saudi Arabia as a hub for tech and entrepreneurship. It's not just about today's economy, it's about shaping the future. MBS's strategy is clear. He's not just looking at what's happening now, he's planning decades ahead. It's a long game, and he's determined to make Saudi Arabia a key player on the global stage. Behind the crown. When you think of someone as powerful as MBS, it's easy to forget that he's also human. Despite his immense wealth and influence, he has personal interests that make him surprisingly relatable. For one, he's a car enthusiast. His collection includes some of the rarest and most expensive vehicles in the world, like the Lamborghini Veneno Roadster, a car worth $6 million. But it's not just about fast cars. MBS has a deep appreciation for art and culture. His purchase of the Salvator Mundi wasn't just about owning a masterpiece, it was about making a statement. It shows his ability to blend tradition and modernity, using art to connect Saudi Arabia's past with its future. What do you think about MBS? Is he the leader Saudi Arabia needs, or is his approach too extreme? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the life of the world's richest man, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell icon so you never miss another story that will leave you fascinated. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.